Okay, good evening, Ayomide. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to today's podcast episode. Today, I'm joined with the amazing Ayomide. She'll introduce herself shortly, but if you're here, get your pen and paper down because she's about to spill some tea. Welcome, Ayomide. Please introduce yourself. May we know you? Who are you, please?
Thank you, Ijoma. It's nice being here. So, thank you for allowing me to be one of your guests. So, so
We're
I'm really
honored. We're
grateful for
honored.
that. So, I'm Agboyin Ayomide, and I'm a data analyst. So, if I want to go extensive or a little bit, so I'm more of a management information analyst. So, and I also deal with data modeling, performance intelligence and business intelligence. So that's what I usually do. So that's just like a summary of me. So thank you.
Ayomide,
Um,
we're so honored to have you here. You guys, we bring only the best people on here. Only the best people. So before we get into it, could you walk us through how your professional background came about and how you transitioned into tech? Or were you always a tech big from the beginning?
um, no, I've not like my background was more of a biological science. So because in first degree, that's the undergrad, I studied microbiology. So it was after then I transitioned into tech. So, as you know, as someone with a biological science background, it was a bit difficult to transition into tech because everyone was still trying to find, let's say, their level, what they want to do after undergrad. So, for me, I was not so confused because during my undergrad days, so I handled my undergraduate thesis myself, so the statistical part of it. So I handled that myself. And, it was a bit draining because most of students will actually outsource that to a statistician or somebody that can do the ANOVA or any like things around that. So, but I had to handle that myself, and I had like not so easy supervisor, project supervisor. So he had to keep sending back. Like I had to, you know, present to him like a professional because that was the first time doing that, like analyzing my own project myself. So, or handling anything that has to do with, a bulk of data and doing it very well. So he will keep sending it back, rejecting it. Most of the time, I will cry and things like that. But that really helped me. That really shaped me. That really helped my journey. So, and that was just how I transitioned into tech. So, not tech per se. Like that was how I got the interest, or that was when my interest sprouts, like in data analytics. So I felt like if I can do this, that means I should be able to do more. So, and data analytics, I started hearing about data analytics and different tech courses like DevOps, and but I knew what I wanted because I knew that if I'm able to do this, that means I'll be able to excel very well in this field. So, and that was I just switched totally into data analytics.
Wow. So it was a case of what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for that. So today we'll be discussing whether or not AI is a threat or if it is the best career opportunities. I'm going to be asking you some questions and then you would answer with your experiences
That's
in your
fine.
so much. So what initially sparked your interest in data analytics? What made you go? Because there were a billion and one things you could have done. I know you're giving us your background, but what made you pick data analytics specifically?
Okay. So, okay, I we explained with the experience I had during my internship. So, I had my internship in an international research institute. So, and being in that workspace, I was exposed to a lot of things like the performance data field, the research one, different one, management data sets, different one. So it was not so based on a um, particular system. So we had different system. We had different, should I say, sector that I can choose to go into. So after gaining different experience from all of these sectors, or all of these units rather, so I actually realized sooner that okay, I will fit in best into business intelligence. So, and that was I started growing in it, asking questions because business intelligence has a lot of questions. And that's why I really feel like, okay, I think I will do so well with this. So, and the first time I experienced performance intelligence was also during the internship program because that was the HR unit data set. So we have to analyze it with some other group members, like team members. So I was very, very overwhelmed at the beginning because I was so confused. Okay, what's going on? And there was so much, there was so much tension about this is how to do it, this is not how to do it, because you have to be a good judge of anything you're coming up with. We either may or make someone in the organization. An employee might be sacked or promoted. So that really I felt like, oh, this is so amazing. So I can hold someone's, I don't want to say life, career life in my hands and make a decision with anything I'm coming up with, like an insight. So, and I gave it a go. I gave it a go and I did well with other team members. I was not the one that presented the insight, but that was what really that was what really just bettered my interest. So in that particular field. So
I like that, in all your journey, you've been very introspective. What am I good at? Maybe I should try this. Maybe this will fit me better. I like that you did that. So I'm guessing everybody should do the same. Figure out what you're good at, what you're interested, what is calling your name. Don't just do tech because everybody is doing it. Okay,
of
so my
course.
next question to you would be how your profile aligns data modeling, business intelligence, performance intelligence. So how would you explain this to somebody who doesn't really know anything about these things? Because you mentioned it here, but how would you explain it? Say somebody
Okay.
who coding or who isn't doing all of that. How would you explain
Okay.
it?
Well, to explain to a layman what these three terms stands for. So data modeling is more like, okay, you're in a library and you are looking for a particular book, but you are unable to find it because everything is just piled up and you cannot have access to that particular one you want. So you keep sorting, you keep checking, you keep looking for, and you might not know that what you're looking for is just staring just at you, like staring at you. That's because there's no proper arrangement of all of these files or the books in the library. So that's the same way data modeling. So data modeling is basically, arranging the data sets that comes from different units, probably in an organization or different sector, you know, arranging them in a way that you can be able to go back to them easily, be able to pick the exact one you need at a particular point in time without you going through a lot of stress. Let me just use that. So to simplify it, so that's majorly in a layman word, that's what data modeling do. So for data analytics, I mean, in data modeling, so we do more of cleaning the data sets, making sure that there are no blanks, there are no errors, that we actually cause issue later on. So probably if you are working on them extensively. So we do cleaning, we do a lot of manipulations, we do a lot of corrections. So that's basically data modeling. Then for business intelligence, I think I will explain better business intelligence to a layman in the way that, okay, we have what, we have why, we have the W's. I don't know how to say that. Okay. So business intelligence is answers or ask the question why. Why?
Mm,
Why would something happen? Or why did this happen in an organization or in a sector?
mm,
So I think I will be more interested in using customer, let me say customers kind of organization to explain this so that I'll be able to carry everyone along. So business intelligence has a question why. So why did this happen in an organization? Why are we selling why are we not selling the way we used to for this particular period of time? In August 2025, we had this total sale. And this year now, something is definitely wrong. So what's happening? So that's what business intelligence majorly deal with. What? So performance intelligence, that's a bit stronger than business intelligence because you can ask what happened or why something happened. If you don't have like a solution to it, that proves any like that nullifies your what or why. So performance intelligence gives solution. Then what do we do? Why did this happen is for business intelligence. Performance intelligence answers the questions, what do we do? So what do we do when we find out that this has happened in this particular unit of the organization or to this product? What do we do? Then you start carrying on out, your findings, more analysis, just be checking. It might not necessarily even have to do with, your own data set, probably asking question in the organization. It happens like that sometimes. Probably it's not even about numbers or figures. It's just like communication. It might be lack of communication from the customer care service or center. But basically, performance intelligence answers the question, what do we do? And we have to find a solution by all means to that problem. So that's it. I hope that answers or that
that's a,
gives a clear definition.
that's a lot of work. Well done. Thank you so much for answering that. As you were talking, I was thinking, So you're asking why, you're figuring out what happened, and then you're providing solutions at the same time. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, at what point did AI start to affect your work, and how did that shift for you? How did you adjust to AI?
Well, AI affected my work positively because I'm not part or I'm not among the people that were so scared when AI came in, and everybody was scared of I'm going to lose my job. If AI can do this, that means I don't have a job anymore. But instead of me thinking in that way, AI actually automated the automation actually helped me my own work. And when it came, I embraced it. Like AI is more of a collaborator to me than a competitor. So instead of me to be scared and be so much concerned about the negative part, was no, I did not look into that aspect. So what I did was okay, try to study what's going on in the trend. I mean, and also in the tech industry and also in my own field. So, what do people use AI for? Why do people feel like AI is going to take their job or harm them? So, after thinking and also doing some research with that same I realized that AI is not going to take my job from me because, yes, of course, human beings are behind AI. AI did not just come by itself and down from heaven and we have AI. So we have AI annotators, we have ML engineers, they're still human beings. So someone still have to do something before AI comes into existence or play its own role. So I really embraced AI because things I would have struggled with, even in the course of my journey in my career, I utilized AI a lot. So I asked AI questions that, okay, if AI is going to take my job, then what's next for me? You know, things like that. So I know that AI can do the mechanical part of data analytics, and that's the data cleaning. But trust me, AI cannot do it the way human would do it. I've tried that sometimes, like I had to send in a data set I downloaded from an open repository to an AI. I don't want to mention that. So I sent, it was huge. It was a huge data set. Trust me, like it was unable to clean just the basic part of data analytics. So it sent like it was a bounce back. The data set was a bounce back for me, like it's not going to do it, or the AI was confused probably because of the model. And so I had to do that myself. So how will AI take my job from me? So that's even the mechanical part of AI. AI will not sit down in a conference hall to be explaining insights to stakeholders or know what's going on in another unit of the same organization I am. So, but in summary, AI helped me because it really helped me. I learned from AI. I get insights from AI, but I do not totally depend on AI. So that's it for me.
I like that you even went to it to do your research for you. That was so funny when you said that. Okay, so in your industry right now, if you observe closely, would you say that roles are being replaced or are they evolving, and why?
Okay. I don't think roles are being replaced. I would rather say that they keep evolving. So because if we still want to go back to AI, I know that that's the major issue people have. So roles are not being replaced; they are being like they're just evolving. So something you're going to see today will not be totally scrapped out. Instead, probably you will just see a little bit of reformation. So in that particular role. So if I'm going to use data analytics, um, I think 4 years ago, no one would have thought, okay, we will still have data analysts. Not because, but when AI came in, a lot of people, especially statisticians, people don't really go to them. Students would rather ask AI question, how do I do this? How do I do that? And does that make them out of the game? No. We still have statisticians today. We have data analysts today. So the only thing is that will make you different, that will make you stand out is how you can beat AI itself. So the question is, what can I do that AI cannot do? Or what can I do better than AI? So if I have that in my hand, trust me, there's not going to be a replacement for. So it's just going to be evolving. And I will also try as much as possible to know what's going on in my own industry, what's changing, so that I can change. I can also give like a change and grow and do some modification around my career. So, but replacements, it's a no.
Thank you very much. So for students or recent graduates who are looking to get into tech or they're just trying to get jobs, how would you advise they position themselves strategically?
Okay. Well, if that question is in line with data analytics career path, I would say that for a recent graduate or someone that just switched into tech, might not necessarily be someone that is just out of school, like university or tertiary institution, but anyone that is just coming new. Well, how they can set themselves and be more strategic is, I will say, first of all, you just need to calm down first. Don't don't be so overwhelmed with different noises around you,
Yeah.
because that's one of the things that kills faster. Like, I mean, kind like career wise. So don't hear this, they're doing this now, and you rush into it. They're doing that now, you fly into it. You need to calm down, study yourself, understand what you want for yourself, then understand where you think you succeed better or more, where you are going to put in, not so much effort and you very, very productive. So where your productivity will show and announce you better. So because I've had a lot of upcoming data analysts that just switched it, or people that just switch into tech, and they're a little bit confused. Some are so totally confused. So today you will hear about it's ML and AI. You have to switch into that. You have to learn data analytics, like the basic part of data analytics first. Just hold on to one. If you are going to go into ML or AI, just go into it. So my own advice is that know what you want first. Then know the mechanical or the technical part of whatever you are going into properly. Then don't listen to excess noise. Follow trend, of course, the industry trend. Follow very well so that you know what's going on and you will not be left behind. Then just this is also an educative podcast. Set your mind to listen to a lot of educative podcasts just for you to know what's going on. And I definitely believe that everyone will be fine. Everyone will be fine. That's just it.
That's true. Last, everybody go there, right?
Okay.
Okay, your career from scratch. What would you focus on?
Mm. Well, what I will focus on if I want to start from scratch. Well, I really don't. I really don't, because my background and how I evolved in career was I did not rush any of my steps. I did not rush. There was not a part that I had to rush or I had to skip any part. Even while after being an intern and having basic knowledge of data analytics, some people or a lot of people would have decided to say, okay, I'm going to get a full-time job with what I have. I had to go back and relearn. Like I had to go outside, like just resign from my internship role. Not because I'm fully sure I don't know what I was doing then, but I don't want to rush anything. So I wanted to know or have the real thing. I don't want to jump protocol in the industry. I just want to go. I don't care if it's so slow, but at my own pace. So, but what I think we want to work on is also the part of visibility for me, because I've advised a lot of upcoming data analysts, to be precise, that as much as you are switching or you've switched or you are thinking about switching, just know that you will not be so fulfilled if you are hiding the visibility part. So because I'm not a very social person, so and I feel like that affected my career a little bit, because things that other people have done probably on LinkedIn or social media platforms, that to announce themselves and also showcase their work and a lot of things, and also meeting people outside, probably going for a conference. Or so I did not do that. So I think that's one thing I would really want to work on if I had to go back. So I will not. I know that everyone cannot be like an outspoken person, or but of course, because of the sake of your career, you just have to give it. So give it a go. Just push yourself out there. Don't hide yourself, because trust me, nobody is going to see you if you're hiding. So nobody is going to come. But just push yourself out there. Let people know what's going on.
Thank you very much. I think for beginners, putting yourself out there can be a bit daunting, because especially pages like LinkedIn, everybody's an expert. Then there is now you, one small tinkly thing in a sea of experts. But you're right, do it scared, put yourself out there. So my next question to you would be, what skill sets do you think is becoming more valuable as AI adaptation is increasing? What should we learn? What should we drop in your field specifically?
Okay, in my field, All right, this skill set I feel we should learn more, or is, if I get question right, or we should learn more or drop. Is that correct?
Yes. Which one should
Okay.
we focus
Well, right now, if I'm going to be sincere, we need to learn more about AI and ML. That's the artificial intelligence and machine learning, because we just have to move towards the direction of whatever or wherever the career industry is going to. If it's going north, we are bending north. If it's going south, we are bending south. So if it's going south and you are still in the north, there is nothing. So, but right now, AI and ML is what might wake up tomorrow and they might come up with something else. But for now, that's it. Because the whole pattern of I'm just a data analyst is not going to work again. And for now, it's not working again. So I've seen different LinkedIn profile, just data analysts, not because they are wrong or not because they are not data analysts. They are, but you have to upskill. And one of the two you have to consider is AI and ML. So it might not take over your like the whole thing you do, but an addition to what you do. Something you should drop. There's nothing to drop, especially in data analytics. There is nothing to drop. So because everything will come handy, everything is useful. So there is absolutely nothing to let go. Instead, you are looking for an addition to your skill. So and for now, that will be AI and ML.
Thank you very much. I thank you for coming to today's episode of this podcast. So before you go, do you have any final words for beginners, for people who are still in the field, any word of encouragement?
Okay. Well, I do. Not I'm not a woman of so many words, but I have a few points. So what I would say is that for people who are just coming in, just like I've explained earlier, is that just calm yourself down and don't listen to a lot of noise. It's not as difficult. The industry is saturated, I know, but we are still here, despite the whole congestion. Like it's so saturated and so more like a flooded community, but we are still here and we are doing well. So if anyone is coming into the system, first off, you might want to look for someone that will explain better what they do in data analytics, because that was one of the issues most of my colleagues had then. So they felt like data analytics was statistics or like mathematics. So the part of the soft skill like communication, the storytelling part, you know, the demonstration of your insights apart from beyond your charts that you have for stakeholders, most of them don't have that quality because they feel like statistics is just calculation and statistics and all of that. But it gets so difficult for them because what they needed most, because it will be a slap on your face as a data analyst if you have gotten a finding and they ask you to explain and you cannot prove your point, like this is it, this how I got my insight, this is what my insight means. That means you are not a well-seasoned data analyst. So you might not be the storytelling part of a person. That's why I'm saying that just know what you want. There are some data analysts that will later give up and go into DevOps or front end because they don't want to face the crowd and explain, or face a lot of people to explain their findings and insights. So, but for people that are just coming up, please and please know your own choice of passion or your passion choice and know what works best for you. Know where you think you're going to succeed better. And we have different branches of data analytics. Data analytics is just like a mother that is called an umbrella for all of them. We have business intelligence, we have financial analytics, we have cybersecurity, and just look for that one that really works best for you. And apart from that, that really works best with probably your environment, because you might go into one and realize that it's not paying well. So, but all the same, just know what works best for you and don't listen to a lot of noise. Seek advice from people that are already in the industry, know where they have failed, where they have succeeded, and just hear them out. And you can just make your own decisions with that.
Oh, thank you so much for that. So for somebody who doesn't, you literally said this yourself that you're not somebody of many words, but I'm guessing you also have to explain your findings to a large group of audience. Do you have any tips for that? Just in case somebody who is like you is watching. Do you have any little razzle dazzle just to
You
go?
know, when it comes to work, when it comes to work, work is work. So it's just a part of you that either you like it or not, you just have to come up with your own findings and explain it. So if anyone like that have my own kind of characteristics or my own kind of person is watching, so my best advice is that yes, of course, you can be a data analyst. You can be a data analyst if it's really your passion and it's not something you're being forced to do. It naturally comes. I mean, the explanation part, the communication part, we naturally come in, because you might not be someone that really flows well with even colleagues at work, probably talking for a long time. But when it comes to explaining your own chart, it's more like something you developed yourself, something you worked on tirelessly on, and now it's time for you to explain. It's, that part of communication just come out smoothly, and you start explaining your insights. And just another thing about people that don't really talk or outspoken people is that when you want to explain your own insights or the part of your communication, you are a bit straightforward. You go more into the detail, like you just pick the point. You don't over elaborate that confuse, that causes confusion. So that's also one of it. So what I'm trying to say is that even if you don't talk too much or you are not someone of so many words, trust me, data analytics is still a goal for you.
Thank you so much. This has been an amazing session, and I've learned a few things for honoring invitation. And thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We also have an ongoing Women in Tech scholarship where you can learn data skills and tech skills for as low as 100,000 naira. It is running from now until March 27. Ayomide, thank you so much. And we'll
No,
see
thank you for having me.
you. To you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Do enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.